So I'm going to explain you the API for services. I think I already explained a lot this morning, so I will dedicate a good part of this talk to question and answer. So if you have any question and answer, and I will detail a little bit more the new service we propose. So the main idea is that if we want Odoo to go to the next level, we should be more than just a tool, a great tool, but more than just a tool. We should be something where we can ease delivering services to our users. So we can imagine that in the future, Odoo will not only be a tool, but will be a platform to deliver these services in addition to be a great ERP. So some of the examples I gave this morning was factoring services, where the bank pays you directly the money and do the factoring on your invoice, and they take a percentage of the transaction as a fee. That could be a great service to have a Get Paid Now button on your invoices. And we would charge 3% of the transaction, and the customer would receive the money in 24 hours. Of course, in order to do that, when you will click on the Get Paid Now, there will be a pop-up where you agree to give your financial data to the bank, so that the bank will compute, tells you that it's 3 or 4% fee for them, depending on the risk they have computed on your data. And then you receive the money, and you deduce it from the fee of the bank. So that's one example. Another example would be a company that records your bills. So you scan your bills, send them by email to a specific address that is dedicated to your own database, and they will charge you 2 cents per document to create the bill in the system. That could be a service company who has accountant that know your country, and they will record the bills and use the right account for every bill. So the idea is the same. If you opt in for this service, you can send all your invoice, your scanned bills, and someone will record it, and we will charge 2 cents. You will have to prepay an account, like you put 100 euro on the account, and then we charge. And once you don't have any money in the account, you will prepay 100 euro more, and so on. The other example, the one that Anthony shows you just before, was how to send SMS. So you could send SMS in just a click in Odoo, and you could apply that to any kind of service, publish job offers, payroll, lead generation service, even real service like designing a website. So you could have designers on demand, translation service. And I explained that this is the right move for Odoo, because if you check out the strengths of the company, what we do have today, we have a huge customer base, a user base, if we include the open source users, of 3.7 million of users. It's huge. No other management software at that level have that many users. That means that we have a big buying power. So it means that we can, let's say we want to sell SMS to these users, we can have a large discount with the SMS gateway we want to work with. So that could be a huge advantage for our customer. And I think one of the strengths of Odoo since the beginning has been the partner network and the community. So having such a community and a partner network, we know that they will develop all the connectors we need to offer the services. So I'm pretty sure that in 1 year or maybe 2 years, the scope of the services we will be able to offer through Odoo will be incredible. You basically would be able to buy anything from the interface in just 1 click, with all the warranties provided by our SLA. So that could be a huge improvement of the value we deliver to the users. And of course, we need the technology, but now in terms of technology, we are there, because we have the Odoo.com App Store. We have the Odoo SH, allowing to deploy custom modules on the fly. And we are already used to pay commissions to our apps vendors. And we needed one piece of technology more, which is the in-app purchase platform that we just introduced this morning. So everything is there to change the way people use the software, from going to just a tool into a platform that will ease a service that needs a company that needs different kind of services. And that's exactly what we want. It's completely in line with the vision we have at Odoo, which is help company manage easier or be more faster in their day-to-day activities. So yeah, and the good thing is that we have volume, so we can have a lower price, and we also will have the convenience of a great usability. So all these services will be available in just a few clicks. So how does it work? You have basically 4 different players. You have Odoo, us. You have the customer that is using the software. You have the partner that will develop the connector to a service, and you could have a service like FedEx or SMS gateway or an accountant or a translator, which is the service. So in order to remind this, it's COPS, COPS. How does it work in terms of revenue share? We will take 25% of the revenue, and we will give 75% to the partner for the service. If the partner subcontract the service to another company, let's say use FedEx to deliver the shipments, he decides how much he wants to sell, so what part of the revenue he wants to get for himself. But basically, the basic idea is that we take 25%. So what we do with, and there is 2 modules to develop for the partner. One is the module that is visible in the front end, so that runs on the customer database, so he has to install it to get access to your service. But we'll make installation of custom module super convenient with a third-party module very convenient with Odoo.sh. In just a click, you will be able to activate and install community module. And this module provides the user interface, like click to, I want to send an SMS. So it's the pop-up where you can write your message. And this module will communicate to another module, the one you will develop to deliver the services directly, or a connector to another company that doesn't have a connector to Odoo. So basically, partners that want to develop in-app purchase services should develop these 2 modules. What will be the responsibilities? All responsibilities, Odoo SA, will be to guarantee a SLA to the end user, and including the reimbursement condition. Like if we fail delivering the service, we should reimburse the customer. The service isolation, to be sure that it's secure. The securization of the payment, so the partner will never receive credit card information or data about the customer. We will guarantee that. We also track the usage of the service, how many SMS you consume, so that the customer will have a portal where he can track everything. And we'll also track the rating of the service, if he's happy, not happy, so that we can start rating the different apps and say to our users what services are great and what services are not that great. We'll control the quality of service, and we also have the App Store to make all these services available to any Odoo user. So that's basically the responsibility of Odoo SA. Our main responsibility, in short, is to build trust in this platform. To be sure that you can buy something, if it doesn't work, we are here to guarantee that first the partner doesn't have your credit card information, that you have a SLA, that if the software vendor does not respect it, we can reimburse the user. So the main idea is to build trust and quality in the modules we deliver through the App Store. And the role of the partner will be, of course, to deliver the service. Could be sending an SMS, delivering, recording your vendor bill, and develop the synchronization module so that the service becomes accessible from the Odoo interface. Clear? So we'll do a lot of things to also improve the quality of these apps, like automated tests on all the apps, strict guidelines for the apps vendors on odoo.com/apps, a clean SLA, some guarantees to the customer, statistics on what are the real usage. So if you know that 50 other companies are using this service, you are pretty confident that you can use it too. Monitoring the app's quality so that you can get statistics about things, and that's one of the advantages of Odoo SH, is that as we will host a lot of customers, we will be able to tell you what modules are really used in production and what modules are not used in production. Of course, we'll always ensure the privacy of the data of the customer. So just aggregated statistics. And that's it for my presentation. So as I said, I want to keep a good part of the presentation for question and answer. Is there some question about that? And we have a microphone, if you can turn on the microphone there. Yeah. So raise your hand if you have a question. Right there.
Hi. So with the in-app purchases, is it possible to do subscriptions, that you'd have monthly invoices? Or
Yes. The way it works is that we sell a pack to a customer. Yes and no. So you cannot charge a customer automatically. Our platform will ensure that you cannot do that. So you cannot basically charge in every month. But you could say you pay 3 months of services, like a pack of hours or a pack of something, and consume the services progressively. So Anthony will describe the protocol after. But basically you buy a series of things, could be 1 month, 6 months, or 12 months of service, and then you consume this service every month. And you can create packs, you can package your different services and say, okay, you can buy 1 month, 6 months, or 12 months, and consume this over a period of time. But for now, we don't have a subscription mechanism because we think it's too risky for the end user to allow a partner to just subscribe, to just charge something every month. It might evolve into that direction in the future if we find a great way to do it while keeping everyone's interest good, the user and the partner. But for now, what we released today, we don't have yet a subscription mechanism. But we have a mechanism where you can consume a pack of things he has purchased, and a pack of things could be a pack of months. But it means that he has to prepay a few months in advance. Any other question?
Yeah. Basically the same question, I guess, but in the case of factoring, if you want to have all your invoices go to factoring, so kind of automatically, that won't be possible either then, I guess.
Sorry, I was looking for my slides. Say that again.
So if you want, you demonstrated that you can have a button calling send this to factoring, but if you want to have all your invoices sent to factoring automatically.
Oh, yeah. The button was just to illustrate how it should work here. Of course, it's up to you to develop the user interface you want for your module. So you could do a cron job that sends everything automatically, activated through settings. I activate the fact that everything goes automatically. Or, like you usually do in Odoo, you select a few invoices or the list of all invoices, and then you activate the service from here, from the top of Odoo. So it depends on how you want to do it. You can, of course, do multiple invoices at once. Just to be clear, we did not implement this service yet. It's just to give you an idea of the kind of service we would like to have in the future in Odoo. So we hope a partner will develop such a service. Actually, if no partner will do it, we will do it because we think there is a great value in that kind of service. That is just an example. And the user interface we'll have in the service will depend on the partner that develop it, or But of course, I think for most of the service we'll develop, they should work for one document because people want to test just one, or for a bunch of documents, or automate everything automatically through a setting.
I have already made a factoring module for my e-commerce, so I want to integrate it here.
Is there another question?
Can you host community instances on odoo.sh?
So there is two different things. There is the API for services that I'm talking about here, and there is Odoo SH, which is the platform we announced yesterday to host and do the continuous integration. So your question is not about this talk, it's about Odoo SH. Can we host Odoo community on Odoo SH? And the answer is no. So we provide it for free because we cover the cost with the price of Odoo Enterprise. We couldn't deliver that many servers for free to the partners like that.
So my question is on API. Do you have plans to further extend the API to support, let's say, other kind of front-end framework development? Right? You have a very good Odoo framework, the backend. You have your own JavaScript front-end. But do you plan to support a pure API tier to expose your Odoo backend so that developer can develop front-end applications with their favorite framework like Angular, React.js, mobile? So
Odoo already has an API on every object. You can do everything through the API of Odoo. But just keep in mind that we will have an API here to guarantee and secure the payment and the consummation of the service. But the API you will have here with the actual service provider, you can implement it the way you want. So you could use any RPC service. It supports everything because you develop it yourself. So it's not related to the Odoo API, what you do between the partner and the service. So sometimes the API will even be manually. I ask an accountant to do something. The accountant will charge me a few hours, but the accountant will work manually. There will be no API. But to access Odoo through an API, that's something we have since years.
Yeah, sorry, this is a follow-up. I know, what about like a true API gateway type of service, right? So that you can offer API as a service. But right now, the people who develop, let's say I want to develop my own mobile app, right, to one of your existing modules, it's a bit difficult, right? All I have is a CRUD API, right? Create, CRUD, create, delete, update, this kind of thing. Maybe it's too much a technical question. We can talk offline.
Did you understand, Jerry? That's what I say. We already have an API with XML RPC, but I'm not sure it's his question.
Yeah, maybe it's overly technical. We can talk offline.
I think the question is about Odoo itself. It's not related to this, but the API of Odoo is not only CRUD. It's CRUD because you need to create an object and read them, but you can call any business function already from the API of Odoo. And it has been the case since the inception of Odoo, even in Tiny ERP. That API was available in XML RPC. Now it's still available in XML RPC and JSON RPC. And if you want to call Odoo from any other application, you can do it. But it's not related to this topic. And if you have questions about that, I suggest that you go to the workshop. We have a framework team workshop, and you can ask them about the API and how to call Odoo from another application.
Actually, the web client of Odoo, so what you use when you click, and the mobile version of Odoo use the API. And the web client and the mobile do everything, so you can do everything from with your API. Any other question?
Here, do I have to be a gold partner or a partner or?
No.
No.
Not like you can develop community modules. You will be able to develop in-app purchase module without being a partner. We do the difference between, for us, what we consider a partner is an implementation service company. So it's a company that is good in project management, business analyst, consultant, even developer. But here we are opening the doors to a new kind of partners who are companies that will just, maybe software vendor, that will develop features or services. Could be an accounting firm that will provide its accounting services through the software, which for us is not the same as an implementation service partner. So you don't need to be a partner to do that, because we expect services companies that offer other services than implementing Odoo to join the network. And actually, I think it's great. Imagine the ecosystem of Odoo. Today, the ecosystem of Odoo is Odoo, us, and the partners, technical partners that do implementation service. Imagine that tomorrow, the ecosystem of Odoo will be accountant, translators, any kind of companies providing services. And all these services available in a few clicks at a low price because of the volumes. That could be very good.
When I'm developing such an application, is there any support from Odoo in marketing, so that Odoo partners or Odoo users know there's a new application which we can use? Or is it my
I have difficulties to understand what it is. So the question is, how do we advertise the services? And the answer will be, in addition to that effort of developing the in-app purchase service, we are also improving our App Store at different levels. And one of the things we'll do in the App Store is have a better rating of the app and push the best apps and do the promotion of the best apps, like any App Store do, like Android or Apple App Store. So when a service is good, we'll push it to our users. And there will be the rating, the community ratings of the services too. So everything will be opt-in. So we will actually never put a big button like that in the interface of our users. We don't want to clutter the interface. If someone doesn't want the feature, he will not have the feature. But if he likes it, he can install it in one click from the App Store, and the App Store will promote the best services so that they will be used by a lot of people. Last question?
Yes. Now, as I understood that the gold partner is the party that's going to be negotiating the service and the service price with the service provider, like FedEx. Okay. So is there any service providers that Odoo directly are negotiating with them to get prices and type of services?
So is there service providers that we will do it ourselves, not through partners?
Yeah, that you do directly, and the customer will just connect to a regular partner without being a gold partner.
Oh, I put gold partner here, but it's actually not even a partner, sorry. I put that to say it's the company who developed the module, but it could be a community member, a gold partner, or a ready partner. It's not about the grade of the partner, it's just because I wanted an example.
But the understanding that I had, if, as you said earlier, that it can be just a small partner, or not even a partner.
Yes.
But he wouldn't have the weight of the criteria that you put earlier this morning to negotiate with the service providers, you know, or he's going. Let's say I'm a small company with 5 developers, right? And I'm developing this small module, and I go to FedEx. They will not give me a weight. They will not. I will not have a negotiation power with them to negotiate prices and services.
Yes. Yes, smaller partner will have less negotiation power, but what's the question?
The question is that if Odoo themselves
for some services, yes.
Exactly, with
for
the
key
services,
for what we think is key, we can work with the partner, or we can even do it ourselves to be able to do it. So, and I think it will grow. So maybe at the beginning the price will not, the volume will not be big, but year after year it will grow, and year after year you will renegotiate and improve the thing. So that's something you should see evolving in the time. The perspective of the 3 million of users is what we see in the future, but for sure at the beginning there will be only a few hundreds of customers that will use a specific service. Yeah, but for now it's only the beginning, but it's clear that for some services we'll work directly with the partner to be sure that we get a better deal to offer the service. So thank you everyone. I think I'm done with the timing. And now you'll have the technical presentation from Anthony in this same room.